Ooh, look at that.
Have you ever went in the kitchen and seen nothing and still made something and it became scrumptious?
Welcome to Carmel's Wine and Cheese, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So in today's video, what I'm going to be making for you all is some homemade ice cream with fried banana dessert. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add some heavy whipping cream, some whole milk, some vanilla extract, granulated sugar, and I'm also going to add just a little bit of salt in there. Now I'm going to turn this on to medium heat. The only reason why this is being heated up is because we need the sugar to dissolve, so we don't want this to come to a boil, and I'm going to stir this for about 5 minutes. So once the sugar is dissolved, I'm going to go ahead and transfer it into a pan. Now you want to use preferably a metal pan only because it is going to cool down quicker. And I'm going to toss this in the freezer to speed up the process. This took about 30 minutes to cool. So the next thing I'm going to make is the caramel sauce, and I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar in there. And I'm going to turn this on between medium and high heat until that sugar dissolves. Now, when you all make the caramel sauce, I don't know what it is about sugar, but it burns when you take your eyes off of it. So do not leave this unattended. So once it starts to melt, it's going to look something like this. Obviously, of course, we want to wait until it's completely melted. And you want to stir this maybe every minute or so. It's going to take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes to completely dissolve. So once the sugar has completely melted, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the eye and add that heavy whipping cream in there. Now, because the sugar is super hot and the whipping cream is cold, it is gonna bubble a lot, but that's okay. It's supposed to do that. It's fine. But to keep it from like over bubbling, I took it off the eye and I'm just gonna mix it a little bit and then put it back on the eye to make sure all that sugar redissolves. Now that the caramel is re-liquefied, I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. How do I know it's 2 tablespoons if I didn't melt it? I don't know. It's just a guess. I'm just saying 2 tablespoons. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sea salt in there. Now, if you use salted butter, which you can, you don't have to add the salt in there quite naturally because it's already going to be salty from the butter. But I don't use salted butter, so that's why I'm adding sea salt to my caramel. And I'm just going to turn the eye off and mix that up and go ahead and transfer it into another container. Ooh, child, listen here. Now that the cream and sugar and all of that is cooled down, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this to a mixing bowl. Now listen, I ain't even finna lie to y'all. The milk was getting everywhere, okay? I had to end up transferring it into a deeper bowl, and I couldn't whip it as much as I wanted to because it was just getting too messy. But I did whip it to the best that I could, and I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer it back into that baking tray, and I'm gonna cover it with saran wrap, and I'm gonna let this sit in the freezer overnight, and I'm gonna show you the finished product once it's done. So the last and final step, you guys, we are going to fry the banana. Now, the more ripe the banana, the better. I couldn't find any bananas more ripe than this, but that's okay. I'm just gonna cut the banana in half and then drop that in the fryer and let it turn golden brown. Now, I do want to advise you all, if y'all decide to make this, the bananas are going to be soft in the oil because they're hot. But once you remove them from the oil, you let them sit and drain that oil off, they are going to stiffen up and become harder. Stiffen up and become harder. And now these are only gonna cook for approximately 4 to 5 minutes. That's it. It don't need to cook no longer than that. Listen, y'all forgive me now, because somebody got real curious and they decided to dig in the ice cream before I did the plating. Y'all forgive me, but just forgive me. Ooh-wee. Listen now. This is one of those recipes that's so simple yet so delicious. I'm telling you, you guys, you have to make this. It is super good, super simple. It's just super.